So a couple of weeks ago, I am proud to say that I was one of the first progressive outlets, if not the first, to cover the exclusivity clause, which is a DNC rule implemented by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the DNC chief. And what it does is it bans 2016 Democratic presidential candidates from participating in a debate that is not sanctioned by the DNC. So, for example, if MSNBC wants to hold a debate, well, any candidate who goes to that will then be banned from participating in any other debates that are sanctioned by the DNC. So now the reason why they are doing this, I hypothesized, was that probably they wanted to stifle Bernie Sanders' campaign and preserve Hillary Clinton's, because the DNC chair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she was the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton in 2008. So I don't know if she still is a huge avid Hillary Clinton supporter, but clearly she probably can't be objective. So now the DNC has also banned any candidate from participating if they are polling at less than 1%. Now this doesn't necessarily concern Bernie Sanders because he's polling very well, but candidates such as Lawrence Lessig, Lincoln Chafee, Jim Webb, well, they're not really going to be happy about this. Now, I don't care about any of those candidates. I still think we need more people, because 3 people doesn't look very democratic for a big party, one of the biggest in the US, one of 2. So The Hill explains, Sanders on Sunday accused the DNC of being dead wrong in its debate strategy, while O'Malley charged the leaders of his own party with pushing a rigged process designed to advantage Clinton. I think it's a big mistake for us as a party to circle the wagons around the inevitable frontrunner, O'Malley said last week. Wasserman Schultz's office did not respond to requests for comment this week, but the DNC chairwoman has defended the debate schedule, saying the 6 events will both lend voters ample opportunity to hear from our candidates about their vision for our country's future and highlight the clear contrast between the values of the Democratic Party, which is focused on strengthening the middle class, versus Republicans. Okay, so that is basically a non-response. She's saying, look, you don't like it? Tough. Deal with it. Now, I absolutely agree with Martin O'Malley when he says that this is a rigged process. And I agree with Bernie Sanders when he says that the DNC is dead wrong for implementing this rule. Now, I like this because I get to gloat a little bit, because when I first posted the video about the exclusivity clause, I had a couple of my viewers say, look, you're being a little bit too conspiratorial. I mean, you could disagree with this clause, but to say that they're doing it to benefit Hillary Clinton, it seemed just a little bit like you're in Alex Jones territory. But I mean, look, the candidates are saying it now. The fact of the matter is that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, as I stated, was the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton. So, come on. It's very clear that this is probably the case, that it's to rig it for Hillary Clinton. Now, I don't have substantial evidence to actually back up that claim, but I mean, you're stupid if you think that this isn't probably the case. So now, what I did was I told my viewers to tweet and call the DNC, and you guys have done such a good job at doing that. You guys have gone to me on Twitter, you've gone to me on YouTube and Facebook about how you have been constantly calling and tweeting at the DNC, telling them to allow debates. Now, since then, both Martin O'Malley and Bernie Sanders, as I stated, have spoken out against this rigged debate schedule, and even the mainstream media outlets are now covering this topic. So we've achieved a lot of our goals. I mean, if you look at bigger YouTubers such as Secular Talk and the Young Turks, they've even covered this now. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to galvanize Bernie supporters and get them to get the word out. So now, with all of this criticism that Debbie Wasserman Schultz has now received, she is refusing to amend the debate schedule, and at a minimum, she's not even at least dropping the exclusivity clause. So I think it's time for Debbie Wasserman Schultz to be removed as the chair of the DNC. Look, I didn't want it to actually come to this, but what she's doing is wrong, not just because I think she's probably trying to help Hillary Clinton's campaign, but it's also wrong because she's hurting the entire Democratic Party and their chances in the 2016 national election in the process. So Republicans have already had their first debate. So they've gotten a lot of media attention because of it. So what she's doing is she's ceding a lot of airtime to the Republicans. And you can't do that. Democrats have got to get their message out there, and they've got to be effective at doing so. And debates is one way that can happen. So what Debbie Wasserman Schultz has done, in effect, has allowed members of the Republican presidential lineup to monopolize political discourse and really set the tone for the 2016 election. That's not smart if you want to win. So even if you're a Hillary supporter, you should be calling for the DNC chief to end the exclusivity clause or call for her to be dismissed or fired by Barack Obama altogether. So since Debbie Wasserman Schultz is not going to back down, she's refusing to allow for more debates, we've got to now get her removed. It's the only thing that we can really do as supporters of not just the Democratic presidential candidates, but of democracy, because it's not right. So there is now a whitehouse.gov petition that I'll link to in the description box. Now, it only has 8,000 signatures, but if we can get to 100,000, then the White House will be forced to respond, but we've got to act fast because this is an urgent matter. Time is ticking. Now, we also need to tweet at the Democrats, again, to tell them to hashtag fire the chief. So as we are doing this grassroots effort and trying to pressure the DNC to change this stupid exclusivity clause or amend the debate schedule, at the very least, time is ticking, and the Republicans are eating up airtime on the mainstream media, but we can't have that. We can't have that. So, sorry, but Debbie Wasserman Schultz must be fired in order to not only just help the Democratic Party's chances in 2016, but to actually allow for democracy when it comes to Democratic voters.